Welcome to my channel HD Ultra Rare Coins. In this I am going to tell you about United States of America 1 cents, which are very rare and valuable. If you have them, it can change your fortune. Today, we're diving into a true classic from the United States, one that's often overlooked in your pocket change, yet holds fascinating potential for collectors. Let's talk about the 1971 United States 1 cent coin, a coin that may just be worth more than a casual glance. Before we jump into the details, let's take a look at the 1971 Lincoln penny itself. This little copper coin has been a part of American currency for over 50 years, and despite its humble appearance, it carries with it a piece of American history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features the beloved Lincoln portrait on the front, which has remained largely unchanged since 1909. It also includes the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln that was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of his birth. This penny is more than just currency, it's a testament to American history and culture. So, let's dive a bit deeper into the details of the 1971 1 cent coin. This coin is composed primarily of copper, giving it that distinct reddish-brown color. Specifically, it's 95% copper and 5% zinc, making it a coin of real substance. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 1971 penny was minted in massive quantities, with more than 1.9 billion produced by the Philadelphia Mint alone. With numbers like that, you might be thinking, how can this coin be worth anything? But stay tuned, because even common coins can sometimes surprise us with hidden value. Now, what makes a simple 1971 penny potentially worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? Several key factors come into play here, and we're about to break down each one. Condition. Like most coins, condition is everything. Coins are graded from poor to mint state, with a mint state coins being nearly flawless. A 1971 penny in mint state condition can command a higher value because it's rare to find a coin this old in perfect shape. Errors and variations. Coin collectors are on the lookout for specific types of errors on the 1971 penny. For example, doubling, where part of the design is imprinted twice, or other striking errors can increase its value dramatically. Some of these error coins are highly sought after and can sell for much more than face value. Proof coins. Another category that collectors find fascinating is proof coins. While these were not circulated, proof coins are struck with extra care, creating a high-gloss finish. If you happen to come across a 1971 proof penny, especially in excellent condition, you may have something quite valuable on your hands. Rarity of high-grade examples. Although billions were produced, high-grade examples remain quite rare. Coins that have not circulated or have somehow remained unscathed can become highly valuable due to their scarcity. So, now that you know what factors can increase the value of a 1971 penny, let's talk numbers. For a typical 1971 penny in circulated condition, the value is often just a cent or two above face value. However, for uncirculated and mint condition examples, the price can jump to several dollars. But here's where things get exciting. Some rare 1971 pennies that show specific errors or are in perfect mint condition have fetched eye-popping prices at auctions. Recently, coins in pristine, mint state condition have been valued in the thousands, even tens of thousands. This surge in value is due to the rarity of perfect specimens and the demand among serious collectors. Now, we've saved the best for last. Are you ready to hear about a truly jaw-dropping figure? The absolute rarest examples of the 1971 penny, particularly those that are exceptionally well preserved, with unique errors, or were struck in proof, have sold for astronomical amounts. In fact, the rarest of these pennies has been valued at $700,000. Today, we're diving into a tiny yet highly sought-after coin from the United States, the 1974 1 cent coin. At first glance, it might look like any other penny you've come across, but hold on, because this coin hides a fascinating story and some potential treasure. Now, if you're someone who has an interest in collecting rare coins or simply someone who finds pennies lying around, make sure to stick with us. By the end of this video, you might find yourself wanting to double-check those 1974 pennies. Why? Well, you might just have one worth more than you could imagine. So, let's jump right in. The 1974 1-cent coin, often known as the Lincoln penny, features the iconic design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or head side. This design was first introduced in 1909 to mark Lincoln's 100th birthday and was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. The reverse, or tail side, shows the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was added in 1959 in honor of the 150th anniversary of his birth. These pennies were produced in huge numbers at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. But the story behind the 1974 penny isn't just about design, it's also about something more experimental. Here's where things get interesting. In the early 1970s, the U.S. government was facing a problem. Copper prices were rising, making it expensive to produce the 1-cent coin. So, in 1973, the U.S. Mint began experimenting with a new material, aluminum. They produced a test batch of over 1.5 million 1974 pennies made entirely of aluminum instead of copper. The aluminum pennies were intended to save on production costs, but there was an unexpected backlash from doctors and vending machine companies. Doctors raised concerns that the aluminum coins would be hard to detect on X-rays if swallowed, which could pose a health risk. And vending machine companies worried that the new aluminum pennies would interfere with coin-operated machines. Because of these concerns, the Mint decided to abandon the aluminum penny project. Almost all of the 1974 aluminum pennies were recalled and melted down. But, as with any rare coin, a few managed to escape the melting pot, creating an extremely rare collectible. So, you might be wondering, what's so special about these 1974 pennies today? The answer lies in the incredibly rare 1974 aluminum penny. Only about a dozen of these aluminum pennies are believed to have survived, and they're virtually priceless to collectors due to their rarity and unique backstory. In fact, these coins are so valuable that they have been the subject of legal battles. The U.S. Mint has historically claimed ownership over any surviving aluminum pennies, which adds to the intrigue surrounding these coins. However, a few aluminum 1974 pennies have managed to stay in private hands, making them a coveted prize in the coin collecting world. Now, if you're curious about how to tell the difference between the standard copper 1974 penny and the rare aluminum version, it's fairly easy once you know what to look for. First, the aluminum penny is much lighter than its copper counterpart, only about a third of the weight. Plus, aluminum has a distinct, silvery color, unlike the reddish hue of copper. However, these coins are so rare that finding one in circulation is nearly impossible. Most collectors with one of these rare aluminum pennies obtained it either through inheritance, a unique auction, or very lucky circumstances. What about the regular 1974 copper pennies? If you have a regular 1974 penny in your collection, don't expect a fortune. The standard 1974 penny, in average circulated condition, is usually worth only its face value, 1 cent. However, if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, it might fetch a bit more, around 10 to 50 cents, which isn't much but can add up for a collector building a set of Lincoln pennies. But here's the exciting part: if you come across a 1974 penny that looks unusual or feels lighter than the typical copper version, it might be worth investigating further. You might just have one of those rare aluminum versions, and that's where the real money is. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. How much can one of these rare 1974 aluminum pennies be worth? Well, if you happen to have one of these exceptional aluminum pennies, you could be holding a small fortune. In recent years, these coins have been known to fetch jaw-dropping prices at auction. One aluminum 1974 penny sold for $600,000. Yes, you heard that right. That's $600,000 for a single penny. Imagine finding one of those hidden away in your coin collection or passed down from a family member. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1974 1-cent coin, a penny that could be worth much, much more than a cent. Today, we're going to take a closer look at one of the most iconic coins of American currency, the 1975 United States 1-cent coin. You might not think much of a penny, but some coins in this series have fetched surprising prices. Could one of these be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Let's find out. Background of the 1975 U.S. 1-cent coin. The U.S. penny, or 1-cent coin, has been around since 1793, featuring various designs and updates over the centuries. The 1975 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. This series featured Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, and it's a staple in nearly everyone's pocket change, making it an iconic piece of American currency. The 1975 penny was minted in huge numbers, billions, in fact. So what makes some of these pennies so valuable? Let's explore the key factors that can turn this simple coin into a valuable treasure. Key features of the 1975 penny. Let's first talk about the characteristics of the 1975 penny. The coin's design showcases Abraham Lincoln's profile on the front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, with the iconic United States of America and E Pluribus Unum inscriptions above the memorial. The initials VDB, for Victor David Brenner, the designer of the Lincoln cent, can be found near Lincoln's shoulder, a tribute to the original designer from 1909. These pennies were struck in two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The coins from Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those from Denver have a small d located under the date. This distinction is important, as collectors often seek out specific mint marks. However, for the 1975 penny, both the D-mint mark and the no-mint mark versions were heavily circulated. Materials and condition. The 1975 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. Due to its high copper content, these coins have a unique color and feel compared to modern pennies, which are mainly zinc with a thin copper coating. Now, condition plays a massive role in determining a coin's value. Most 1975 pennies you'll find are in circulated condition, meaning they've been used in everyday transactions, which often leads to signs of wear and tear. However, a 1975 penny in mint or near mint condition, meaning it has minimal wear and a shiny, almost untouched surface, can be significantly more valuable. Grading. The coin grading is a critical step in evaluating any coin. Collectors and dealers typically look for coins with high-grade conditions, especially those graded by professional agencies like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Coins that receive a high grade, like MS-65 or above, are worth more than lower-graded or circulated coins. For a 1975 penny to reach a substantial value, it typically needs to be in exceptional condition, near perfect, with sharp details, no major scratches, and a brilliant color. Rarity and value factors. So, if billions of 1975 pennies were produced, why would any of them be worth more than face value? Here are a few factors that could turn an ordinary 1975 penny into a highly sought-after collectible. Minting errors. One of the biggest reasons a 1975 penny might be valuable is due to a minting error. Errors like double strikes, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies can result in unusual, one-of-a-kind coins that collectors are eager to add to their collections. Error coins can command a premium price, especially if they're rare. Condition. As we mentioned earlier, a 1975 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is rare. Coins that have never been in circulation and still retain their original luster can fetch a high price from collectors. The fewer imperfections, the better. Demand from collectors. The Lincoln Memorial Penny series has a strong following among collectors, especially for rare or high-grade coins. This demand can drive up prices, particularly for coins with unique characteristics or high-quality grades. Historical significance. While the 1975 penny itself doesn't have a particularly unique historical story, it is a part of the long-standing Lincoln penny legacy, which has great sentimental and historical value to Americans. Collectors who focus on completing a full set of Lincoln Memorial pennies may be willing to pay a premium for a high-quality 1975 penny to complete their collection. Special finds. In the 1975 penny series, some collectors have discovered rare anomalies in the 1975 penny, including unique toning patterns, exceptional mint state examples, or rare minting errors. These special finds could increase the value of a coin significantly, especially if authenticated by a grading service. The potential value of a 1975 penny. So, you might be wondering, just how valuable can a 1975 penny be? Most circulated 1975 pennies are worth only a few cents, mainly for their copper content. But in uncirculated, high-grade condition, a 1975 penny can sell for much more. The real excitement, however, comes when a rare minting error or unique characteristic is involved. There are some coins out there that, due to a combination of rarity, condition, and demand, have shocked the collecting world by reaching mind-blowing values. For example, under the right conditions, a rare 1975 penny could reach a jaw-dropping price of $500,000. Conclusion: so, is your 1975 penny worth $500,000? Maybe, but it all comes down to its unique features, condition, and the market's demand. If you have a 1975 penny in excellent condition or suspect it might have a unique error, consider getting it appraised by a professional coin grading service. Who knows, you might just be holding onto a rare treasure. Today, we're diving into a piece of American history that might just be hiding in your pocket or at the bottom of an old coin jar, the 1976 US 1-cent coin. Now, if you've got a 1976 penny, don't just toss it aside. There's more to this coin than meets the eye. Why? Well, this coin marks an important period in the US, a time when the country was celebrating its 200th anniversary, also known as the bicentennial. And that made every coin minted in 1976, including the 1-cent piece, a little extra special. Let's set the scene. It's 1976, the United States is celebrating 200 years of independence from British rule, and there's excitement all over the country. From special events to commemorative items, everyone wanted a piece of this historical milestone. And for us collectors, that means there were some unique coins minted that year. At first glance, the 1976 1-cent coin, or penny, looks like any regular penny you might see today. On the front, it bears the face of Abraham Lincoln, and on the back, it showcases the Lincoln Memorial, both designs created by Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparo, respectively. But what really makes this coin fascinating is its place in history and the potential value it can hold. Now, let's get to the part you're probably waiting for: the value of this coin. Many people wonder if these bicentennial-era coins could be worth more than face value, and you might be surprised by the answer. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, or MS. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For the 1976 penny, coins in perfect, untouched condition are rare. If your coin has been well preserved over the years, it could be highly sought after, and that's not all. There are even rare variations, like those struck with unusual errors at the mint. Sometimes, errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws can make these coins incredibly desirable. So if you're lucky enough to have a 1976 penny with one of these characteristics, you may be holding onto a small treasure. But let's talk numbers. In most cases, your 1976 penny is worth just a cent. However, if it's in top-notch condition, meaning mint state, with no flaws or scratches, and if you have a rare error coin, the value jumps significantly. Now, here's where things get interesting. Coins like this can be valued at thousands of dollars depending on their rarity, condition, and error types. And in some exceptional cases, collectors have been willing to pay up to $500,000, yes, you heard that right, $500,000 for a single coin. That's the kind of money that can change lives, and it all depends on a simple penny minted in a historic year. So, if you've got a 1976 US 1-cent coin lying around, take a closer look. It might not be worth a fortune, but then again, it might. Be sure to check the condition, any minting errors, and see if it could be one of those rare pieces collectors would love to have. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic yet often overlooked coins in the United States, the 1-cent piece from 1977. Now, you might be thinking, what makes a regular penny so special? Well, stick around because we'll explore the fascinating details of this coin, its history, and what makes some of these 1977 pennies so valuable that they could fetch a jaw-dropping price of $300,000. The US 1-cent coin, often simply called the penny, has a rich history. First minted in 1793, the penny has seen various designs, metals, and sizes over the centuries. The 1977 penny that we're discussing today is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. The coin's obverse, or front side, features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, an iconic image that has remained mostly unchanged since its introduction in 1909. On the reverse, you'll find an image of the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This design marked the first time a real building from American history appeared on a U.S. coin, making it a special series in the eyes of collectors. Although 1977 may seem like a typical year, some of these pennies have become worth far more than just 1 cent. Before we dive into the factors that make certain 1977 pennies incredibly valuable, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1977 penny is made primarily from copper, with a composition of about 95% copper and 5% zinc. Each coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams, and it has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Over 4.4 billion of these pennies were minted in Philadelphia, and over 4 billion were minted in Denver, which means they're relatively common, or so it seems, but as any seasoned coin collector knows, it's not just about the quantity minted, it's about finding unique and rare qualities in a seemingly ordinary coin. So, what makes a 1977 penny stand out and potentially skyrocket in value? Mint state condition coins that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition are always desirable. A 1977 penny that has retained its original luster without any signs of wear can be worth much more than a circulated coin. If you happen to find a 1977 penny in mint state, it's definitely a keeper. Double die errors. One of the most exciting finds in coin collecting is a double die error, where the image on the coin appears double due to a misalignment during the minting process. Double die errors can significantly increase a coin's value. In 1977 pennies, the doubling might appear on the date, on Lincoln's portrait, or on the lettering of Liberty or In God We Trust. Spotting one of these rare errors could mean you've stumbled upon something truly special. Off-center strikes. An off-center strike is another valuable error to look for. This happens when the blank coin, or planchet, isn't properly aligned in the minting press. If your 1977 penny has an off-center strike, with part of the design missing, it could be a valuable find. The more off-center, the rarer and more valuable the coin can be. High-grade pennies. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. For pennies from 1977, coins graded above MS65 or higher are rare finds. If your coin is in flawless condition with no scratches, discoloration, or other imperfections, it could fetch a significant price in the collector market. Proof coins are specially minted for collectors and have a mirror-like finish. While these are rare for 1977 pennies, finding a proof version in perfect condition can boost the value considerably. Now, let's talk about the value of a 1977 penny in today's collector market. A regular, circulated 1977 penny without any errors is typically worth just its face value, 1 cent. In uncirculated condition, however, it could be worth anywhere from a few dollars to around $50, depending on the quality and grade. But, if you have a rare error coin, like a double die or an off-center strike, you could be looking at hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In the best-case scenario, where the penny is graded at an ultra-high level and possesses a unique error, it could be highly sought after by collectors, potentially reaching values that most of us would never expect from a simple penny. Over the years, we've seen some rare 1977 pennies make waves at auctions. When collectors and dealers see a high-grade or error version of this coin, they know its true value. And this is where things get exciting. In some cases, exceptionally rare and pristine 1977 pennies have sold for mind-blowing amounts. So, what's the absolute highest a 1977 penny could be worth? In incredibly rare instances, where all the right factors align, pristine condition, rare mint errors, and high collector demand, a 1977 penny could fetch a value of $300,000, Yes, you heard that right, $300,000 for a single penny. So, if you have any old pennies lying around, be sure to check them out closely. You never know, you might just have a hidden treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey into the world of coin collecting. If you enjoyed learning about the 1977 penny and want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment below if you found any rare coins, or let us know what coin you want us to explore next. Until then, keep searching, and happy collecting.